Hello everyone, and thanks for watching Edupedia World Videos. This is Sabiuddin Ahmed Siddiqui. Now we are continuing with the second part where we left off, that was Java Swing components. So we are continuing with that, and we are moving on to creating programs in swings. So keep watching. So we left over here commonly used component class methods. Now we are moving on to programs writing methods in GUI. So first of all, we need to take a look of this. There are two methods to create a frame as under. The first one is the creating the object of frame class by association. Basically you will associate the constructor with this method, and the second one is extending the frame class by inheritance. So when you work on these things, you will come to know about that how to associate a constructor and how to inherit the frame. You can write the code inside the main constructor or any other method while using swing. So I am just going to change and to explain the program structure of the GUI swing. Now this is your first program in GUI where you can create a button and adding it on the JFrame object inside the main method. Now you can see there are lots of things associated with this program. I am going to explain this one by one. Now on the very first line you can see import java x.swing.asterisk semicolon. As you can see that I had already explained this thing, that if you want to reference all swing components, GUI based components or APIs of the swing, so you can reference by using keyword import java x.swing.asterisk semicolon. That means when you terminate it with the semicolons, this will reference all the packages included in swing. The next statement you have seen here, the public is written with a class, and you can see the name first program. Now here I can highlight this thing, that this is the first program. That means this is the name of your program. It has the first letter which can be capital. Basically depends on user orientedness. That means if you do not want the letter should be capital, so it is up to you, but recommendations are for making this letter capital. So public means by default it is a public. That means it is accessible to all the world here within the program. Now next statement you can see public static void main string square brackets args brackets close, that is also known as parenthesis close, then curly bracket opens. Then the line number 4 you can see JFrame frm is an object name equals to new JFrame parenthesis close, right? And then the line number 5 goes empty. Now before we proceed from line number 6, I would like to explain something different here within these 4 lines. First of all, let's suppose if you talk about the structure of the program, so the structure of the program includes that on the very first line you have seen import, but before that we have a package name. So package name, let's suppose package basically where it stores all the files, class files, java files, .java files and some other files related to this. That means it is a comprehensive package of classes, and the first stage is package, then second one is import, third one is public, fourth one is main, static main, and the fifth one is you can see that the opening braces of the main class, right? Now you can see this is the class, this is the public class curly brackets, and this is the main class. That is, the main class means the one which plays, that will be playable. That means when you run the file it looks for the main method. If this method is not there or the class is empty with this method, that means there is no method defined as main, so the class will not run, and you will have to create references or object in the other class where main is defined. So next line is the fourth, line number 4. You can see that JFrame frm is an object name and new is the keyword which is used to instantiate it as new, and JFrame parenthesis close. Now line number 5 goes empty. Line number 6, you are seeing that you have created the object of the button with the button keyword, that is the class name JButton. JB is an object name equals to new JButton, and within the JButton parenthesis you can see that the parameters are written or the message is written, press the button. So you can see that easily that just you are presenting something on the button. That means if the message is not according to the standard, so it looks awkward. So keep maintaining the standards as well. Now if you are going to, we had just understood about the methods used to show and to visible to set the boolean values. So this is the first method which I did not include in there in the previous video. Now JB is going to be setting the bounds. That means you can see 130, the bounds, x-axis, y-axis, width and height. Now you can see that JB is an object of button. So JB.setBounds, that means you are setting the length, height and coordinates, that means x and y axis, with the help of setBounds, right? Where x-axis is 130, y-axis is 100, width is 100 and height is 40 in integer form. Now line number 8 goes empty. Coming to the line number 9, where you can see form.add. Form is an object of the JFrame. FRM is the object of the JFrame. You can see you have defined this before creating the object of JButton. Right here you have added the JB button onto a frame, which I already explained. Line number 10 goes empty. Yes, you can see that the frame, that is frm.addJB, that is adding the J button onto a canvas, or canvas is known as a form which we will drive with the help of JFrame. You can see it here, it's an interlink. You can see JFrame FRM is an object as new instance, and here it is created. It is also known as instantiated. Now on the line number 9 you can see frm.addJB. As I have told you before, JB is going to be added on frame. Then line number 10 goes empty. Line number 11, form.setSize. Now here you are setting the form size. That means at which size the form should be displayed on the screen. That means if I keep the width of the form is 400 and height is 500, that means you can see that the 400 width and 500 height will be displayed on a screen extreme left. Now form.setSize. Now this is the form size is set with the parameters 400 width and 500 height. Now form.setLayout, as I explained you that the layout means you are going to set the form in the center, left, right, top, bottom. So here we are not setting any layout. Form.setLayout is set to null. And line number 12, form.setLayout to null. Then moving on to line number 13, where form.setVisible is going to be true. If I do not put true, that means the form will not be displayed as even if the form is running, but the display word or the keyword you are set with the set visible is true, which where the boolean values are set, that is known as true or false. So if you have set this true, so the form will be displayed, otherwise it won't, even if the form is running, but it will not be displayed on a screen. Line number 14 ends with the curly bracket, which is known as the main class, that is main method, and line number 15 which ends up with the class, public class, that is the program name. So here in this way the program ends up here. I am just going to give you some additional support for writing comments. Here you can see that easily, and you have to make a practice that whenever you are writing a program you have to write your comments so that you cannot forget anything. If you are not making a habit of it, so you will be in a problem, because once you will start writing comments, this becomes a good practice for you. Now showing you the particular, you can say, the comments for each. Now you can see import. Here I can write on line number 1, you're importing with the double lines, that means double line comments. This is known as double line comment. And there's a block level comment also available when we will be working on block level comments. So we will be including block level comment. It is starting with the single slash, asterisk, comments in between, and then asterisk and then slash. So that is the block level. And now we are just focusing on this again, JFrame. Here let's suppose this bracket I have not written, just to show you that if I am missing out this thing, that means you have to remember that for every line or every code or every line of codes you have to include your comments, so that you will be able to edit the program next time. You will be able to understand easily. Now here I am mentioning you that the comment should be added here, that is starting or double line comments. Main public class starts here. Now public static void main string args. Now here you can see that string s should be capital. If by mistake you kept it small, so the program error will be generated. These are the array object that is known as square brackets. Arguments, if you change the setting here, arguments here and these brackets there, so it's okay. Now here you can write the comments, double line comments. That means main class starts, then here I have already put the comments. Creating instance of a JFrame. Instance of a JFrame means creating the object of the JFrame. Now you can see J button JB, which is new. J button, press the button. Now here you can see the comments are already written, that is creating instance of J button as the same as for frame. Now JB set bounds. Now x-axis, y-axis, width and height. Now next is line number 9, adding J button in JFrame. Now line number 11, form.set. Now here you can see that 400 width and 500 height. Now same is to the next line, that is line number 12, form.set layout, again using no layout managers. That means there is no center, left, top, right, bottom or any centering alignment points. Now you can see on line number 13, set visible to true, making the frame visible, right? And this bracket goes empty without comments, just to demonstrate you that yes, I kept it purposely not to write, so that you can understand yes, these are the very important parts. Now on line number 14, this is the basically main string ending over here, so you can just put a double line comments here and you can write that the main class ends here. And this is line number 15, where you can write the public class first program ends here. So in this way you are good with the practice, and you will be able to create a good programming practice, and you will be able to write a good programs. So I hope you will like this, and keep watching till the next video is demonstrated. So we will continue with the next video, the next video, and I hope you will like, where we will be discussing about the further methodologies in programming. So keep watching, we will be explain the new things in the next video. Thanks for watching.